and damage your dunya, damage the world, your physical life. And
how do we find the lessons in these trials?
This life has been described as asfala safilin, this world, the lowest of the low, by the saints, by the holy people, by the Prophet, by our Creator. This world, it is the lowest of the low. We have been created in ahsani takwim, in the most perfect form, the most perfect form. But we have been sent to asfala safilin, to the lowest of the low. That kind of perfection cannot exist in this world. That kind of perfection that is inside of us must feel tortured to be in this world. And those who are seeking themselves and they're seeking their spirit and they're seeking Allah in whichever way that you are, you understand what I'm saying. You feel the torture. We're not talking about nature. I'm not talking about little birds or sunshine or sheep and feeling happy. No. But even then, for someone who has intelligence, when they look at that sunshine, they're going to feel angry. Not because of that sunshine, but how we are now aiming to even destroy the sun. He's going to look at little birds and he's going to feel upset. Why? Because we've changed this world so much that I don't even know those little birds, they are GM or they're not. Correct? Which means what? We have been given intelligence to think, to choose, to have a will. Nothing in creation has been given a will. The angels have not been given a will. The animals have not been given a will. But mankind has been given a will that you can choose. I can either choose to do good, I can choose to do bad. And our Creator has given that to us. But He has given us also the intelligence to say, if you choose what I'm choosing for you, it will be the best. If you choose what I'm not choosing for you, it will lead you to very dangerous areas, which after a while you still have to come back to me, because I created you and your return is to me. We have not been sent to this world to make this world into a paradise. All great civilizations, they go up and they go down. And in the past, even people of faith, they can build great civilizations. But the main purpose is not to run after the pleasures and the treasures of this world. The ease and the comfort of this life comes because you are seeking the ease and the comfort of your spirit. According to the different levels that you are, at a higher level, you say, this is even not necessary. Why is this not necessary? It's not because you're punishing yourself, but because you've felt and you've witnessed something that is much higher than this. Do you understand? It's like a man or a woman who has friends. And it's necessary to have friends. You have friends, you have good friends. Suddenly you found someone that you love. So many, they will say, even for a short while, this one is enough for me. I don't need anything else. Everything else is nice, and it's good. If I don't have it, I'll survive. But I cannot survive without that one. If I have all the friends in the world and I don't have that one, it is going to be a torture for me. So the tests and the trials of this world, both things that we engineer for ourselves, that we make ourselves to go through, and things that has been sent to us. An intelligent man will take that, must take that, because that is the reality of that situation, to teach him about himself, teach him about this world, and teach him about his Lord. If you don't make that connection, either you're going to just hang yourself and say, what's the use of living in this world? It is so dirty, it is so corrupt, it is so evil. Or you're going to say, you know what, I'm not going to kill myself. I'm going to beat the system, and I'm going to be even worse than that. Or I'm just going to desensitize myself from anything that's happening, and just to be drunk on the one thing that concerns me, and not to be concerned about it. I cannot think about so many things. And patience is one of the divine qualities of Allah. Sabr. Ya Sabr. And He has given us that divine quality. How are you going to be patient now with the things that's happening in your life? This is when the advice of the Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, when you look at what you're going through in your life, look to those who have less. Look to those who are experiencing more troubles. Don't look at those who have more. You will find yourself then. But when you look at your own growth as a person, your spirit, whether you are going to judge yourself, am I a good person, am I not a good person? It says, don't look at those who are worse than you. Don't look at those who are evil. Look at those who are better than you. That way, again, you will find the balance. So, there are so many things. We are sent into this world, lowest of the low. It is not meant to be a paradise. We're going through everything, drawing us closer to our Lord. But how are we going to know this? We're only going to know this again if we find someone who actually has gone through what you're going through. Someone who has not, and there are people who have not only understood you, gone through what you're going through, but they've gone through so many other people's lives too. There are some people that you see whatever experiences they go through in their lives. I'm just not talking about joy, but suffering and experience. 100 men, 100 lives they've experienced. Some thousands. And these are the ones that we call prophets. Because every prophet's life, 124,000 of them, is nothing but trouble and suffering. And those are the ones who's most beloved by Allah. All the holy people, trouble and suffering. So how did they deal with that? This is where you're going to find an answer. This is where you're going to find an answer. How did Ayub alayhi salam, the prophet Job, when he went through his suffering, how did he deal with that? How did the prophet Adam deal with his suffering? How did the prophet Ibrahim deal with his suffering? How did the prophet Musa deal with his issues? How did the prophet Jesus deal with his problems in life? How did the prophet Muhammad ﷺ deal with his problems and the issues and the tests and the challenges he faced in his life? You will find an answer there. and you're finding the best way, the best answers there, you will find the lessons in those trials that time. Otherwise, you're just going to think that we are here in this world and every little suffering, it is such a punishment. It is not. In reality, it is not. In reality, every little thing that we're going through in this life, it is still a mercy. But it depends where your level of understanding is. May Allah forgive me, inshallah. This much is enough.